Hi guys, Yacca here. So this video will be focusing around doing achievements for Warlock. And it is focused in the Barrens achievements. The video will be split up into kind of two sections. One is where I will be explaining about the decks and how to actually do this, and maybe some few advice on how to go about it. And the second part is where you get some gameplay and you get some specific view on actually how to solve and play with the specific decks that I suggest for you to use in order to solve the achievement parts for Warlock. The focus around this is that you are a standard player and you don't want to suffer, you don't want your standard ranks to suffer too much. I can't guarantee you that, but I will try my best and have tried my best to actually condense and do a video around how to get about this and how to use maybe good, almost standard decks in order to try and solve the achievements, but without losing ranks, or maybe even to climb a little bit. The one exception out of the 4 achievements that we have is the one related to the Altar of Fire, where you need to discard 3 legendaries with a single Altar of Fire. Either you get lucky and you solve it because you burn a few of your opponent's legendaries, you burn one of your own, something like that. So either you get lucky because you tried it in the beginning, because there's no meta decks at the moment, or you just fill up a deck with legendaries and put in 2 Altar of Fire. You do a mulligan and try to find an Altar of Fire, you play it, you play through the game, and then that's done. Then you gotta have it. It's pretty easy to do. It's just not winnable. The only thing is you cannot do this in casual and in a friendly challenge, so it has to be on ranked. What I have not tried when I solved mine was to try and do it in duels. That could be an option, because there's not that many cards, and if you're not a hardcore duels player, you should still be able to solve the quest there, so you can try that one out. Or else just fill up a deck of legendaries, put in 2 Altar of Fire, and get it over with, and then you gotta solve that achievement. We will jump into 3 decks that I would like to suggest to you. The first one I like to suggest is actually not a standard deck. I think the best way to solve the one where you need to summon 250 imps is actually to do this in duels, because duels works just as fine. And there you should get the hero power Soulciology and have a deck working around soul shards, because each and every time you shuffle in a soul shard with that hero power, you generate an imp. And I will also show you some gameplay. I'll leave a deck code in the description. And the treasure that you should try and choose, if you want to shake it up, you can choose the Demonizer if you have unlocked it, or else a Demonology 101, which also requires some specific cards from certain expansions. So look up the deck, copy the deck code in the description, try and build your deck in duels. That way you will not get your ranked standard to suffer under trying to solve that quest. And it's actually quite quick. It'll take some games, and the deck that I suggest there is actually pretty good. I went 7 and above a lot of times with the deck that you draft, with the deck that you initially create and during the draft. One important thing to note is that I realized also anything with the imp word in it also progresses the quest. So for instance, if you get offered Implosion over the course of the Duels draft where you get to pick cards, choose it. Jumbo Imp, choose it. Imp Gang Boss, choose it. All this stuff helps you progress the quest, and that's not something I realized in the beginning, but that's something that you can take into consideration once you get to play the one where you summon all the imps. But let's head on into the 2 last decks I want to show you, and those you'll be able to take to the ranked ladder. One is better than the other, but let's have a look at that when we talk about the deck and the mulligan. Just for good measure, guys, I wanted to show you that I actually managed to complete the quests for Warlock. Just a short disclaimer, in the next part I get to mention that this one is, I have a complete brain fart, and I say that it's 80 health that you need to sacrifice in order for this one to get completed. Of course it's 100, as you can see on the screen here, but my mind weren't in the right place, and I was actually confusing it a little bit with the other one, playing 80 zero cost Warlock shadow spells. I had that mixed up in my mind. Sorry about that. Hope you can look through that and just take the deck description and the mulligan guide for what it is. Let's head on into the mulligan so you can see this. So the first one here is where you need to damage yourself first on a level that is 30 points of damage that you need to damage yourself when playing cards as Warlock, and the next level is 80 points of damage, and this really is possible through the Stealer of Souls, and since this is focused around progressing the quest, I would definitely advise you to keep Stealer of Souls in the mulligan, even though it's not an early drop. But having to use the rest of the match trying to browse through your deck and try and find this and trying to stay alive and all this kind of stuff, when you just have it in the mulligan, keep it there, and if it fails the match, then you just make sure to damage yourself as much as you can as you are ending the game. You can win with this, and actually Stealer of Souls allows for some crazy stuff to happen. Some of the combos that is relevant to note is that on 7 mana, this is sturdy enough that you might actually stick around over a turn, but you want to do something with it. So on turn 6, of course you can drop this, use a hero power, and you can play this right away. But on turn 7, if you keep a free admission, you would be able to drop the Steal of Souls, free admission, draw 2 minions, and those you could also pay health to actually to play. And therefore you would be able to dump 3 minions with only an investment of these 7 mana, and you actually have some rather big ones in there. It's also a lot of damage, but an enhanced Dreadlord that you play on turn 7 together with something else like a Ring Matron or a Soulciologist, that is really crazy. But other than that, deck kind of plays a little bit like a Swarm deck, like a Zoolock. You have your Dark Glare in here because you have your self-damage, and you have actually a bunch of healing as well. One thing that is also worth noting is that this one, so play this first if you can, because this one also has Tamsin Rome included, and will also progress the last quest that I haven't, or the last achievement I haven't talked about yet, where you need to play 0 cost Warlock spells over the up to 80 of those, because this one also does that. You have your shadow spells in here, which will be discounted to 0, so there's a possibility to progress that quest as well. But you might already have it solved, as it is a quite a core card and control Warlock, which is actually a viable ladder deck at the moment. So this is kind of it. I don't want to rant too much about it. You can get to see the gameplay if you want, and this one will get you there. It's the one that did it for me. Last up, we do have the Control Warlock. It is the Control Warlock that you know. Nothing too crazy here. I usually, as I used it also to progress the quest and to get that over with, because then I just kept Tamsin Roam in the mulligan. If you have more time to do this, maybe don't worry too much about it, because you will get to that point, because Tamsin Roam is only ever good to play once you can use your shadow spells in conjunction with her, like Drain Soul, Soul Shear, Hysteria. I actually cut one Hysteria from the list and added an Ooze, so that's one spell less. But with all the shamans running around and bashing you with weapons and all this kind of stuff, I thought that as a good inclusion. I do one word of warning, so to speak. The last game, I do not win, but I think it is worth including for you to see how I actually managed to finish the quest. But I won a bunch of other games with the Control Warlock. It is a good and sound deck. Of course, there's skewed matchups, which is not great, but this video is not concerned specifically around the Control Warlock deck archetype, so I won't get into too much details and stop the rant here. But this deck really works and will allow you to climb some ranks, along with solving the achievement of getting those 80 zero-cost spells cast.
I will savor this victory.
I didn't want my inner conflict to manifest this way.
Okay. Sure. Let's move that one away. Get some soul fragments in there. Nice. Rush Discs of Legend. What's he got? Didn't I just see it was? Oh yeah, maybe not. After playing when you die, you give a random friendly. After friendly loses, you give a +2/+2. Okay. Let's try. Oh, that is nice. Let's try this.
Armor! Lightly used armor!
Alrighty, let's try this. Rally.
Break it, you buy it!
Next turn I'll coin the Demonizer.
The widow embraces me.
Interesting. Yes, let's do this. What? Just got a random card. Let's do this. Redemption. Fair enough. We already have Rush. It's 2/2. Well, that's get rid of that. No, not yet. Why is it always that one? We'll need to shuffle in some fragments soon. Then these are active.
For the crusade!
Wow. That's really powerful.
Tyskernes befrielse af Mussolini fra en bjerg i Italien, hvor englænderne holdt ham fanget.
Put your faith in the light.
Ouch. That is a lot of damage.
Rituals, you say?
This, that one, that. We will do this. Let's see if we can do it on the next turn. I'll probably play Void Lord, but. Ouch. Whoosh. Your hand and deck. So we're going to be one.
Existence is pain, so is teaching you.
Let's get rid of this one.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother?
And there we go. And now please stop it. Don't finish anything off, because then this is going to be epic. Just leave it. No, don't do that. Dude, you're really annoying, you know that? But we can make it work. Just as long as it's... well, just deal out any damage, this is fine. So I'm gonna do this. Substitute. So this one. And then we're gonna clear this guy. And I guess these guys as well.
Running out of time.
There we go. Hopefully, this should do it.
Put your faith in the light.
Another one of these guys. Jeez. He is really annoying. Envoy Rostwicks. Let's get some duplicates of that one. Generate that one. This guy. Alright. So let's get two of these. And shuffle in some Barrens. Okay. More soul fragments, please.
Svært gået under jorden, men himmelstrå for hjælp fra en uventet kat. Nemlig storstikker sig ind i ånden, som sidder i fængsel for at have store modstandsfolk. Hun kender.
I dream the world.
Uh-oh. He's gonna try and clear my board. Getting two of these guys. Seems good. There we go. At least just for the sake of it.
You're a demon.
That's a lot of damage. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. Okay. But that's not great. Is he gonna clear the board then? Shouldn't he do? He should have done it first. Dude, I'm just gonna play it again. It's also crazy. 2 of those and then 3 demons, that's 5.
Servants of the Blood Harvest!
Not the best, not the worst.
As you command. Fill fire!
Get rid of this guy. And what can you do? If anything. Do you have another one? Okay, no more legendaries. Yes.
Reporting for duty.
1324. Okay, Divine Shields, fair enough. Oh, I guess not. Was it the wrong order even? Well, I don't know. Would have been nice for him to get Divine Shields and those. But it's not going to matter.
Time is against me.
Well, I want to play some School Spirits. To summon some more demons. Okay, there we go. Call of the Void. Got it.
Gul'dan versus Thrall.
I really want to complete my quest as well.
Your soul shall be
Before any steal
mine.
of souls. I think this is fine. I want to go to early hand, and I'll draw into it or discover it through demonic studies.
Somebody's just been destroying. Okay, somebody's just doing what I put my cup of tea in.
Let's see. Full mulligan. School Spirits. Let's see what I draw. Else I'll just... This is just gonna be Dark Lair. I think yes.
A little agony goes a long way.
It's not very key for me to actually win. Dark Lair is fine, but it's not key.
Turn up the heat.
Okay, School Spirits is gonna work this time here. Can Hearthstone. Do that on the next turn. Control the board a little bit. Even as long as I'm only missing a few points of self damage, and if that's the case, then you'll get to see this either if I win or not. It's not the best deck for climbing, but it does have a chance.
Oh no, this is not good.
So draw first, right? Either way, I drop Killer Thought. I guess depends on the money starts, of course. Sure.
There is so much untapped power in this world.
This discount again is nice, but not key.
Oh, you built this for me?
Wrong order.
Such a
Punished, unfortunately. discover first, but I think I want to draw first. It's fine, let's try and see what we discover, and then I'll drain soul. Healing is fine. Getting Tamsin would also be great here. But I need a demon to stick on the board. Easier said than done. The skill spirits from Drain Souls gotta do some work here. And then I could just as well Felosophy one of these guys. Right now is the healing. He'll do a bunch of damage to me. No worries there. So next turn, Enchanted or Enhanced Dreadlord is the way to go, I think. It's a little bit more sticky. But then why have... what's that called? Transforming Elemental. Which would be really annoying here, because that's a lot of damage. But I think they only run one in their decks at the moment. But it's not just instantly dropped. So I expect that he does not have it. That is fine-ish.
I am only more deadly.
He's gonna trade, I guess, with the 5/2. Okay. A little bit desperate here. He's running out of cards though. I'll do this definitely always, and then because I can't draw the shards, and then I always drop this one. That's pretty nice. It'll help me complete my quest, but let's see if I can stabilize me. Almost 21 points of health. He needs to drain them both. Perfect. Likely he'll have some kind of spell to do some of the work. Weapon. Shear. Let's see if we can draw. I need to survive a turn, which I won't. But then we just might as well complete the quest. It's fine. So this might actually help me survive. The quest. See if we can bait out.
Copy it. The pit is churning.
Use at least 1 million on the board. Trade.
Nature waits for no one but me.
7/9. So if he gets
The calm before the storm.
which kind of spell did he get? I might have enough here. That's a lot of healing. So 9. Probably this one survives. That's 13. If not, then 16. 1. Lightning bolt. Serpent Shrine. Seems like I'm alive for the next turn. Oh, yes, please. Another one. I'm gonna heal. I'm not.
Copy it. The pit is churning. Copy it. The pit is churning.
Need to heal first.
Copy it. The pit is churning.
Just destroy this. Let's remove another one as well.
Hop in, the pit is churning. Quash the mud.
We might as well see what we get. And Kendra cards. I can't get all of them, so let's just hold it for a turn. He's out of juice. I think that's it. And hopefully I'm getting the enhanced Dreadlord.
It's actually going pretty good. What do you think, guys?
So this is
Everything seems to be functioning kind of.
this is definitely the way to play the deck. But I was within an inch of that. Oh man, down to 1 health. But we should be there now. There we go. Let's crack open the chest. Go. Head on back to the menu. And here we go, guys. Completed the quest. So that's one way to do it. I'll leave a deck code in the description. Okay, we're still going for the win, but let's see if we can manage to get 3 spells out of Tamsin. Mutinous I'd like to keep, just in case that it is, if it's OTK Demon Hunter. It's probably Death Rattle, but Ooze can be fine. They're running other weapons as it is right now. It's just gonna be Spirit Jailer. Then tap on the next turn, lightly. Ooze. I think I'm gonna keep that. Still want to get to my tickets. That's fine. Rosh is back. Okay. So that's the OTK stuff. Which is great news. Well, it's not great news, but I do have the mutinous. So there's a chance, let me put it like that, I'm not favored in any way.
My eyes for vengeance.
Ow. Do I siphon that one? Corrupt that one? Then I can tap before playing. I think that's actually good. He's not gonna be playing that many minions, so I need to get whatever I can out of the spells that I do have. Let's see if we can pressure him a little bit. Stereo is not gonna do anything. This full shots, twisting nether. Really would like tickets. And Tamsin as well. Drain Soul is actually quite fine. So with Tamsin it's gonna be a heal for 6, damage 6. Siphon again. Where are we? 8, so I can do another one of these. I guess I can go for this Luckysoul Hoarder. Shuffling in some shards. Could also have waited, but I think this is fine. It's not gonna kill all of it. There we go. Cascading Disaster. Doesn't have the combo yet. Doesn't have mana for it. I can corrupt 2 of these guys. Not getting any healing out of it though. Okay, so he's got some pops at the bottom. He's got 3 of those guys. But they're not discounted. So Shear. Already at 10. Either I play Mutants. 12 cards. Let's try this. Let's try it. Il'gynoth. That's a bit of the combo.
Alas, poor Warlock.
Ugh. 1, 2, only 2 shadow spells. Okay. 10 cards again. Let's go above 30. Start hitting. We'll play 1, but not the other, right? It's 11, that's 14. No, let's just go ahead. So what do you have?
Alas, poor Warlock.
Dude, forget about Ticketus.
I bet you'll get this.
Okay. Trimming a lot of this resources.
Many cards left.
Tamsin. Do I go for it now? What? I guess I can set it up. No, 3, 2, gonna be 1 short. I'd like a soul shear instead. Let's just do this. And we whack him. Let's see if I can manage. Just, well, does he have it? He needs to discount that. I'll need to go for it. For as much as possible, at least. School spirits, I think that's actually it, right? 610. We do get there. It's just a matter of how we do this.
Haven't heard of me? You will.
I think I need to maybe clear my own minions, actually. That. Train some more own minion. Sure, there we do this. Brain soul, soul shear, school spirits, and then we got that one, and then maybe he doesn't have enough burn to finish me off, but likely he does.
My curse.
Did you get it? Or is it only 24? I think we're done. Or did he concede? Oh, exactly so. Well, we tried, guys. And we managed to finish the quest. And there we go. And that concludes how to get the achievements for Warlock in Forged in the Barrens.